If you owe back taxes to the IRS, you know that they charge all sorts of penalties and interest, and even interest on the penalties. Given enough time, the penalties and interest can significantly increase what you owe. In this video, I'm going to discuss exactly how much the IRS charges in penalties and interest on the other side of the break.
1-877-LEVY King, L-E-V-Y, Levy King, 1-877-LEVY King, LevyKing.com.
What's up, guys? Corey Hankerson here from Legacy Tax, and they call me the Levy King because I've helped thousands of clients with unfiled returns, back taxes, tax liens, and that's right, IRS levies. If the IRS took your check, call the Levy King. I'll get it back. 1-877-LEVY King, LevyKing.com. I'm also the author of End the Tax Nightmare, Insider Secrets to Beat the IRS and Reduce Your Tax Debt. Inside the book, I'll show you how to stop IRS levies, liens, and garnishments without paying the tax in full. How to set up the payment plan that you want and not the one that they want. And how to potentially settle your tax debt for less than you actually owe. My book, End the Tax Nightmare, has been a #1 seller on Amazon for several years. And you can buy it right now for $19.95. But I want to give you a copy of the book absolutely free. Just go over to my website, www.endthetaxnightmare.com, and enter your name and email, and I'll send you a copy right away. No charge, not even for shipping, totally free. Before I jump into today's video, I'd like to ask you to take a moment to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already done so. Please smash that like button so that the YouTube algorithm knows that you like this type of content, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified each and every time we drop a new video. Okay, let's dive into today's content. The IRS charges many different types of penalties, and they are required by law to charge interest on any balance due and on the penalties they charged on those balances. Today, we're going to go over some of the more common types. The first penalty we're going to discuss is a big one. It's the failure to file penalty. When you don't file your tax return by the April 15th due date, the IRS charges 5% of the tax that is due every single month until you file your tax return. 5% might not seem like a lot, but it adds up very, very quickly when it's month after month after month. The next one is the failure to pay penalty. If you file a tax return with a balance due and you don't pay the balance within 10 days, the IRS is going to charge a penalty of 0.5% per month until the tax is paid in full. If you enter into an installment agreement, the amount drops to 0.25% a month instead of 0.5%. But that's every single month on top of some of the other penalties that we're about to discuss in a moment. The accuracy related penalty comes into play when you file a tax return that significantly understates the amount of tax that is due. The penalty amount is 20% when the error is caused by simple negligence, but can increase to a whopping 40% for a more flagrant, i.e. intentional, file. Now, if you're self-employed, you're probably required to make estimated quarterly tax deposits to the IRS. If you don't deposit your estimated quarterly taxes or make the deposit late, the IRS is going to hit you with a penalty which will be determined based upon how late you made the deposit. For example, if you're a day late, the penalty is 2%. If you're a week late, the penalty is 5%. If the deposit is really late, the penalty can be up to 15%. Now, in addition to those penalties, IRS also charges interest on the tax and also interest on the penalties. They're required by law to charge interest when you don't pay the amount that you owe on time. Generally, they charge interest from the date your return was due, regardless of any extensions, until you pay the amount that you owe in full, including all interest and penalty charges. The interest rate is calculated based off of something called the federal short-term rate, link in the description below, plus an additional 3%. The current short-term rate is about 1.5%. So right now, IRS is charging 4.5% compounded quarterly. Let's look at a typical example to get a feel for how this might play out. Let's say you failed to file your tax returns for 2016. 2017 and 2018. You file them now and they each show a balance due of $5,000 or a total of $15,000 for 3 years combined. But once the IRS tax on the failure to file, failure to pay, plus interest on the tax as well as interest on the penalties, you owe more than $8,000 for each year, or nearly $25,000 in total instead of just $15,000. That's if you pay it in full right now. Otherwise, the interest is going to compound and it's going to blow that balance up big time. Even if you set up a payment plan, the interest continues to compound quarterly while you're making payments. It's not uncommon for a person's balance to actually increase despite making monthly payments. This is because the interest is increasing the balance faster than your monthly payments are bringing it down. Now, there is some good news. You may qualify for relief from some of these penalties if you tried to comply with the requirements of the law, but weren't able to meet your tax obligations. There are strategies to get the IRS to remove some of the penalties and even some of the interest and maybe some of the tax. But that's another topic for another video. So can I assume that you're watching this video and maybe my other videos as well about tax debt because you owe back taxes? If you owe back taxes to the IRS or the state, I want you to know that there are special programs in place to help you get a fresh start and to get out from under this tax debt. But how do you know if you qualify? No two cases are exactly alike. So how do you know exactly how much you can settle for? Well, I've created a free tool to help you get qualified for a fresh start. Just head over to www.levyking.com or click the link below. Follow the prompts and answer a few simple questions and we'll help you figure out your eligibility. That website again is www.levyking.com, or you can give us a call at 1-877-LEVY-KING. We do still answer the phone. That number again is 1-877-LEVY-KING. That's it for this week, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.